Hi everyone, this month I'll be using the Tarot Illuminati deck to do general readings for all the signs. I've decided to base the readings on how to navigate challenges throughout the month to create the best possible outcome. I hope you enjoy the cards and I hope you enjoy your readings. Hi Virgo, today we're going to be doing your January 2016 reading and we're going to be asking about the energies surrounding you in January and how you can best utilize those energies to create the best possible outcome for yourselves. And I'll just turn this over because I always like to read the card on the bottom, being the foundation of the issue at hand. Okay, Virgo. The first card you have today is the Ace of Swords in the position of how you see the situation, how you're coming into January thinking or feeling. And you're coming into January thinking. The Ace of Swords is very much a mental card. It's a card of clear thinking, it's decisiveness, it's courage. Your mind is focused. Possibly after or during a situation of conflict, because swords are usually of mental conflict or communication. So there's a sense of needing to be clear, needing to be forthright and to express oneself very clearly. But I feel more like here it's decisiveness. Being very decisive about a course of action. The second card in the spread is what you're missing in January, or what you feel you're missing coming into January. And the Three of Swords is usually a card of sorrow, separation, mourning. I feel like here it's almost like you miss someone. I feel like you miss someone. That's comes through very strongly for me. There's a sense of loss and broken heart, even. Either love lost or loss of a loved one through illness or through death. I'm sorry if that's actually happened to anyone. But there's upheaval and there's stress involved as a result of that. So I get a very strong sense of missing someone. The third card in the position of why you're in the dark, what you can't see. The Three of Pentacles is, just show you the cards, hopefully you can see that. Three of Pentacles talks about investing yourself into a project, into a creative project. And we're talking about that in relation to the previous two cards. Maybe you invested all you had into your work or projects or things like that, to the detriment of something else, whether it's a relationship and you weren't aware of that and you found out too late. possibly even that you didn't spend enough time with someone before their passing because you were too preoccupied with your own work or career or projects or things happening in your life, and you come into January being aware of that, finally seeing the light almost. You see the light, you see the error of your ways. Could also be that, you know, if we're talking relationships again, Three of Pentacles can mean that you are really at an immature stage of a relationship and it ended because of that. It wasn't meant to develop further, or it couldn't develop further at that point because it was only at the early stages. There was still more that you needed to do or learn about each other before it could develop into anything more. The fourth card here is in the position of, you know, where you can find the light, and it's the advice card, I guess. And the Judgment card, oh, you see that card, hopefully you can see that. Oops. Clearly. The Judgment card is about choices and decisions, and it's coming right above the Ace of Swords. So these two very clearly point to the fact that a decision needs to be made. It needs to be a clear and well thought out decision, and the decision is going to lead to a major transformation in your life. It's almost like a rite of passage, and these things are happening, and I feel like this whole situation is happening like a rite of passage for you to learn something from that you are at a stage where you're needing to grow and develop beyond. These two cards are together to highlight the importance of the decision that you need to make, that it will be a transformative decision. It will lead to birth or rebirth and major transformation in your life. I also get very, very clearly, I hear wake-up call. It was almost like a wake-up call. This was a wake-up call for some reason. Whether, you know, someone passed from an illness and you need to watch your own health, and you need to make a decision to start looking after your health, and that situation made it very clear to you because you were working too hard, engaging too much in work and not really paying attention to your health, or a relationship that you neglected and the person left you very, very, very suddenly, and it really was a wake-up call for you to start looking at your life differently and start prioritizing. The fifth card in the position of what will become clear to you or will be illuminated during the month of January is the Prince of Wands. And the Prince of Wands is about change. So there's a few cards here about change. The Ace of Swords is change. The Judgment card is change. The Prince of Wands, I feel, is change in this spread also. So it's speaking very clearly that there needs to be some changes made in your thinking and making decisions around that. So at this stage, I feel like it's decision time. Not so much taking action just yet, but decisions need to be made, and they need to be made very clearly, and you need to be motivated to make them. And you will be motivated. But I also feel like there's a sense of needing to change your environment, maybe even relocation. Maybe the momentous decision was regarding a relocation, and one or more partners had to move in order for the relationship to continue, and one wasn't willing to do that, but then they were forced to make a decision, and they've realized they need to do that, and they want to do that, and they will do that. There's a willingness. With wands, it's passion, motivation and drive, and the person will want to make the change. The person will be motivated and will take action to take the change eventually, because I don't see that happening straight away just from what's being presented. I just feel like there's motivation now, there's a wake-up call, and there's a longing for a reconnection of some description. Could even be a trip abroad, change of environment, or maybe not even wanting to settle down. Maybe you realize you don't want a relationship. Maybe you've realized that's the decision, that you really don't want to settle down. Maybe you find that out in January, that you've been pushing too hard in a relationship and it's not really what you want. Either way, there's going to be a change, and there's going to be a decision made around the situation. And the final card in the reading is the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands, basically, it generally states that if you don't succeed, keep trying. It's perseverance and standing your ground and fortitude. And keep trying if you don't succeed. But here I think it's more about, once you've made a decision, you need to be patient and determined to wait it out. So it's active patience. I say active patience because it's the wands. It's Nine of Wands, and like I said before, wands are very passionate, their motivation, their drive. And here it's like you're waiting on something, but you're not passively waiting. You have a goal, you have a determination, you know where you're headed, you've got clear direction, but there will be some waiting involved. The numerology of the spread, Ace, 9, 10, 13, 9, is it's a 9, I think. 6, 7, 27. Yes, it's a 9. So 9s talk about nearing the end of a stage. So you're almost at the end of a situation, hence the Judgment card, which is the second to last of the major arcana. You're nearing the end of a situation. You've got to wait it out. Once you've made the decision, you will have to wait a certain period of time for something to develop. But 9's also, with the 9 numerologically, you need to watch your dreams. I feel like there's an emphasis on watching your dreams for information about where to go or what's the next step. The card at the bottom of the spread is the Two of Wands, and again that's the foundation card. I like to always read that just to get confirmation, because it usually ties in well with the rest of the reading. And here again it's patience and waiting for things to develop. So decisions made, you're waiting, but you're actively waiting, you're expecting something, and you're ready to take action. Just like the Nine of Wands, you're ready to take action when things come about, but there is a period of waiting for things to develop. I hope that was useful for you. If you've got any questions or would like to leave a message, please do so, and I'll see you all next month.